Hello, my name is Jess. I'm an Iyengar yoga teacher teaching in Stirling up in the Adelaide Hills at Hills Yoga School. Usually on a Monday night at 4:30 I'm delivering a foundation class to my students. Due to the current situation we are unable to practice together, so I've created this video for my students to practice at home. Should you happen to come across this video and you're not already a student of mine, I encourage you to go onto our website, Hills Yoga School, just to have a look at the different levels of yoga we're offering, from beginners, foundation, level 1, 2, 3, therapy classes, to see the details of these classes and which one suits you best. Okay, so with Iyengar yoga, we're usually using lots of props. Because it's a home practice, I'm presuming that you don't have any props with you. So these are the things that you will need to go and get for your practice. Thing number one is a yoga mat, if you have it. If not, a large beach towel will work fine. You will need 2 pillows, 1, 2. A thicker blanket, a softer, thinner blanket, and getting really creative here. Instead of using the belts that we have in the studio, this is off of my dressing gown. So we're going to set up in Baddha Konasana with these props. So you might want to pause the video and go and get those props for yourself and come back. So Baddha Konasana. Place the first pillow down onto the yoga mat, the second pillow just a little further back from the top one. Take your thick blanket now, fold it in half and place it here. This is going to be for support of your head. You're now going to take the softer blanket and fold it so it's long and thin like this. Sit in front of your 2 pillows, soles of the feet together, knees out to the side, and you're going to wrap the blanket over the top of the feet, pull the blanket through, pull it in nice and tight so the ankles feel well supported, encouraging your knees to slide out away from you. You want this bottom pillow to be where the sacrum is, the top pillow more to be where the bottom of the ribs. And you're going to take your blanket down to the tips of your shoulders, roll your shoulders flat back, palms facing up to the ceiling, chin towards the chest. If your chin's way up in the sky, take some more height underneath your head. And time to shut down the eyes now. Lay back in Baddha Konasana. Time to be present, to be still, and allow your mind, your body, and your breath to land completely on your yoga mat. So you might start to tune into the breath now, noticing when you take an inhale, filling up the chest cavity, opening up the side chest, and as well when you exhale completely. So in your own time now, you're going to take 5 long, slow inhalations and exhalations, allowing the mind, the body and the breath to become united for your practice. Begin in your own time. Have a sense of releasing and letting go, releasing all tension from the mind and the body. Last few breaths here. Slowly blink your eyes open, turn your palms, push your palms into the floor to help you push up, to come up to sitting. You can remove your props off to the side. Join the toes, big toe joints at the back of your mat, knees wide, and come to sit down onto your feet unless you know that you need some extra height here to give some more space to the knees, and place your pillow in between your heels and your buttocks. Walk the hands forward, spread the fingers well. Ardha Mukha Virasana, bringing the forehead either down to a blanket to rest or down onto the mat. Ardha Mukha Virasana. 5 long, slow, deep inhalations, exhalations here. Bring your head up, walk your fingertips in, and come up to standing. Tadasana. Standing well in Tadasana, while I find some extra height to put under the laptop so you can see my whole torso. Hopefully this is a little bit better. Standing well in Tadasana. Feet hip width apart. If you're menstruating, you have knee, hip issues. If not, fine to bring your feet together. Tadasana. Stand well here. Plug the feet into the mat. A sense of drawing up the kneecaps firm into the thigh flesh. Roll your shoulders back and extend down into the fingertips. Take the hands a little further back to encourage and open the side chest area. Stand well. Draw the lower ribs back to the navel while lifting this top sternum here. The focus of the eyes is straight ahead. Gomukhasana. Raise the right hand. Extend the left hand out to the side. Bring the left hand behind the back. Drop the top hand. Right elbow extends up to the ceiling. And release. This time bring your left hand up. Swing underneath the right hand. Left hand drops. Now here, if you're not reaching, you could always take hold of your strap to help join your hands together. Gomukhasana. Working with the breath here. Noticing the inhalation, the exhalation from the body. And come back to Tadasana. Urdhva Hastasana. Now, I'm going to get better with this over time, but for now, the setup, you won't be able to see my hands, but you'll remember what to do. So lift your arms up to the ceiling, draw those shoulders back, down the body. Still stand well in Tadasana, feet firmly placed into the floor, knees drawing up into the front thigh flesh, outer hip rotating to inner, drawing back the ribs. Look up to your hands and just check and see the palms of your hands are facing one another. Urdhva Hastasana. And release. So we're going to go now to Uttanasana. I encourage you to go and get a chair. Place your chair in front of your mat, like this. Stand in Tadasana, this time feet hip width apart. Lift your arms up to Urdhva Hastasana. Come forward and bring the hands to the seat of the chair. So we're in a modified Uttanasana here. Keep working the legs well. So what I mean by that, have a sense of your feet pushing down into the mat and a lift from your ankle up to your knee, knee to your hips long. Now from here you can walk down, be creative with what chair you have at home and bring your hands onto the lower rung or onto the chair legs. And you might even feel ready to bring your fingertips to the floor. You could have your hands on your shin, working to your capacity. So first we're here in the concave position. And when you're ready, dropping the crown of the head to the floor, taking the hands out to the side, elbows fold out, head drawing down to the floor. Uttanasana. Keep the work of the legs here, drawing up from the ankles to the knees, knees to the hips. Sternum bone releases down, head releases down. Shoulder blades are not tucked around the ears, but instead drawing back still to the hips. Last few breaths here. Push into the feet and come to standing. Stand well in Tadasana. Few breaths here. You can remove your chair. We're going to go for a few rounds of Surya Namaskar. So stand at the top of your mat, ready to begin. Stand in Tadasana. Raise the arms, Urdhva Hastasana. Come forward, Uttanasana. Bend the knees and lunge the right leg back. Place the hand well and step back to Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Keep the hips and buttocks high to start with and focus on having a look at your hands, spreading your fingers well, feeling long from the wrist bone to the elbow, elbow to outer shoulder, shoulder blades to hips, and now you can start to release your heels back down to the floor. Step the right leg forward, so we're in an opposite lunge here. Back foot to join. Stretch the knees, come forward to Uttanasana and stand up, Tadasana. Few more rounds. Urdhva Hastasana. Come forward, Uttanasana, elbows go out to the side. Bend the knees, lunge the left leg back to a lunge. Place the hands well, step back to Ardha Mukha Svanasana. This time the left leg steps forward to the lunge. Right foot to join. Straighten the knees. Tadasana. Urdhva Hastasana, working with the breath. Uttanasana. Right leg lunges back. Place the hands well. Step up to Ardha Mukha Svanasana. From here, you're going to come to your knees. Outstretch your toes and drop the hips to come forward to Urdhva Mukha. You could be doing your Urdhva Mukha off the floor if you have that capacity. Being on the floor is fine. Come back to Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Right leg forward lunge. Left foot to join. Straighten the knees. Tadasana. Urdhva Hastasana. Uttanasana. Bend the knees. Left leg lunges back. Place the hands well. Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Come to your knees. Come to Urdhva Mukha, whether you have your knees on the floor or they're lifted. Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Lunge the left leg forward, right foot to join, straighten the knees, Tadasana. Once more, both sides. Urdhva Hastasana. Uttanasana. Right leg back. Ardha Mukha. Knees to the floor. Urdhva Mukha. Ardha Mukha. Right leg forward. Left foot to join. Straighten. Tadasana. Last time. Urdhva Hastasana. Uttanasana. Left foot back. Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Knees to the floor. Urdhva Mukha. Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Left foot forward. Right foot to join. Straighten the knees. Tadasana. Stand well in Tadasana. Tune into the breath. Calm, steady breaths here. Come to be in the center of your mat for some standing poses now. So keep the lift of those knees, roll the shoulders back, extend down into the fingertips. Trikonasana. Hands in front of the chest, bend your knees, either step or jump the feet apart. Now we would be stepping, and I'll show you stepping. If we were menstruating, had some knee and hip prop things going on in our bodies. So be here, turning out to the right side. Turn out the right toes and square off the back heel. Stretch out over that right leg and take that arm to the shin. Rotate these bottom ribs forward, top arm extending up from the shoulder, and we look up to the top hand. If you have the capacity, you could take your hand to the floor, but most of us, beginners, foundation, we will be here. If it's sore on your neck, uncomfortable, just look forward. Don't want to feel strained or that you're overdoing in any pose. Push into the back heel and come up. Toes forward, turn out to the second side. Lean over the leg. Now both legs are straight in this pose, so look down. Are your legs both straight? Take now the left hand to the left shin and rotate those bottom ribs forward to look up. Looking up to the top thumb unless it's hurting our neck, and we look forward or even down. So always tuning in, listening to the body and working with our capacity, not wanting to overdo and strain. So here we're firm into the feet, drawing up those kneecaps, straight legs, push into the back heel and come up, toes forward and either step or jump the feet back to Tadasana. Steady here. Virabhadrasana 2. Hands in front of the chest, step or jump the feet out to the side. Turning out to the right, we bend that right knee to a right angle and we check that our shoulders are over our hips. We don't want our torso going with our leg. Hold the arms up and look at our right hand, left hand, making sure that they're on the same plane, and our eyes look out over our right fingers, off into the distance. See if you can go down lower. Really grounding down through the back heel. And we push down through the back foot to help draw up that front knee. Turn those toes forward and we turn out to the second side. Steady here. Bend that left knee to a right angle. Again, just check that your shoulders are directly over hips. Back hand level with front hand. Eyes looking out over the front hand. Bend down a little lower. Knee directly over ankle. And straighten that front leg. Toes forward. Bend your knees and jump your feet back together. Putting those two poses together in a way for Parsvakonasana. Hands in front of your chest. Now you might need some extra height, so be creative. You might need a big sturdy book to help you, or a block if you've got blocks at home. That's what we're usually using. Hands in front of your chest, bend your knees, jump your feet out. Turn out to the right side. Bend that front knee to a right angle. Lean out over that bent leg and just come to rest that arm on the leg. Take that arm straight over the top. So from here, you could take your hand either to the floor, or if you've got your sturdy book, you could lean on your book, or some other version to I thought it would stop recording. Some other version to help support you in the pose, but actually even just being here is fine. Push into the back heel and come up, toes forward, and let's go to the second side. Bend that knee, rest your elbow onto that bent leg, top arm to the hip, take that top arm overhead, look up to your top hand, or actually it's the eye of the elbow here. Push into the feet, come up, toes forward, bend the legs, jump the feet together. Steady here, stay in Tadasana, tuning into your breath. So we're going to go for Virabhadrasana 1 now. Bend the legs, jump the feet apart. Take your hands to your hips. We're turning our shoulders and our hips to the right side. So turn on the back heel, front toes, rotate again to bring our shoulders and our hips now facing sideways. Now going to bend that front leg to a right angle. Draw up the arms, keep the palms apart. And it's an upper back bend. So from here, you're looking straight ahead and see for a moment if you can look up to your two hands and see that they're facing one another. You might wish to bring your head to be looking straight ahead again. Straighten that front leg. Bring your hands to your hips. Toes forward, turning out to the second side. Back heel, front toes. Rotate on that back foot to bring ourselves facing to the other side. Lift the arms. Here, for a moment, just look up and just check that your hands are facing one another. Bend that front leg, tailbone in, looking up to the hands if you have that capacity. If not, just keep the head looking straight ahead. Straighten that front leg. Bring your hands to your hips. Turn the toes forward. Hands out to the side. Front of your chest and jump the feet back together. Steady here. Now you need to go and get a chair and bring it to your mat. We're going to do Parsvottanasana, but using the chair. So stand well back on your mat, and you're going to take one big step forward with the right foot, bringing your hands to the seat of your chair. Here I'm going to bend that front leg, step that back foot more, and I'm working to draw my hips to be even and straight. So if I was to rest that book that I picked up before here across my sacrum, it would stay there. Hips working to be even and straight. Both legs are straight. Chest is coming forward. It is a forward bend, but we're not curving the spine. We're bringing that chest, that sternum area, front area of our body forward. Now here again, you might get creative with your chair. Bring your hands onto the bottom rung, or you might even go lower. You might even cup your fingers onto the floor, extending that chest forward. It's okay to still be staying here in this position. That might be enough for you today. Yoga is all about listening to the body and working to your capacity. If your fingers are down on the floor, you might now choose to bring the crown of the head further down. Elbows out to the side. Everyone now bring your hands up to the seat. Step forward, bend both legs, and now just simply take back the other opposite leg. Straighten both feet. Bring the hands to the seat of the chair. Establish well in the legs. So pushing down through the feet, drawing up the kneecaps, working to be flat and even across our sacrum. Chest forward, rolling the shoulders back, shoulders blades moving in the direction of our hips. Then take your hands, if you have that capacity, down to the lower rungs of your chair, or walk them down the chair legs. You might have the capacity to bring your cupped fingers to the floor, but still working to be in that concave spine, which means a straight spine, chest moving forward, not rounding before coming down. Now you can work to bring the crown of your head down towards your shin, elbows out to the side. Everyone now place your hands onto the seat of the chair. Bend your knees, step that back foot in, and stand up, Tadasana. Steady there a moment. Bring your chair now to the front of your mat for Prasarita Padottanasana and be standing in Tadasana behind your chair. Hands in front of your chest, bend the knees, step or jump the feet wide apart, widest leg pose. From here, take your hands to your hips. Take your hands to the front seat of the chair and stretch the chair out away from you. Now you might stay there working with the chair, or you might have the capacity to bring, which some of you in the class I know do, bring your fingertips to the floor. Stay in the concave spine for a moment. Establish the whirl, the feet whirl, feet firmly into the floor, kneecaps drawing up before you fold in, crown of the head, down to the mat. Fingertips are facing forward into the direction of the face. Elbows are bent, elbows are facing behind, directly behind you. 5 long, slow, deep breaths here. Preparing to come up. Walk your hands to be directly underneath your shoulders. Walk your feet in a little. Your hands still might be on the chair, and that's fine. Everyone now push into your feet. Come up to standing. Walk your feet back to stand in Tadasana. Going for tree pose now. And you can work this to a free balance, or you might use your chair in front of you for support, or you might have a wall around you to also use. Okay, I'm going to free balance just so you can see what's happening with my body. Feet plugging down into the mat, kneecaps drawing up, roll the shoulders back, stand well. Put your weight down through your left foot as you pick up the right foot and plug the right foot into the groin of the left leg. Hands in front of your chest or holding onto the chair. For free balancing, you can take your arms overhead, either arms apart or palms together. Everyone draw your shoulders down towards your hip, tailbone in. That's it. Find some steadiness here. And release. Second side. Pushing down through the right foot, pick up the left ankle, plug the left foot into the inside edge of your right leg, holding onto the chair, the wall, or have your hands in namaste in front of your body. Extend the arms overhead, palms either apart or together, working to your capacity. Tuning into the breath, calm, steady, even breath. And release. Tadasana. Coming to sit down now on our mat. So I think this way is going to work best for the video. We're coming to sit in Dandasana. So if you know you need some extra height under the buttocks for this pose, take either your pillow that you have, or what would be better actually is even 2 pillows, or even that harder, firmer blanket. So I'm going to take that firm blanket, half fold, at the back of my mat. I'm coming to sit onto my blanket, feet stretched out ahead. And just we release the buttocks flesh, left side, right side. So we're sitting right onto our sitting bones, and the crease of the buttocks is where the fold of the blanket is. Roll your shoulders back, have your hands behind you. If you're menstruating, just a reminder that you're always working with your feet apart. Even perhaps there might be having the feet together is a little uncomfortable, so that's always fine to work with the feet apart here. Sitting well in Tadasana. Roll the shoulders back, lift that front chest. Lift the arms and release. Interlace the fingers, stretch them out towards the feet and lift the hands overhead. Release, change the interlace of your fingers. So come to the cross that you have to think about, or the opposite pinky is going underneath. Stretch the arms forward and lift up. Release. Janu Sirsasana. Bend up the right leg. Spread the calf muscle away from you as you draw the foot up towards right heel going towards the right groin. Now here I know some of you are usually taking a bolster to rest the knee onto if there's some knee, some hip discomfort. So remember what you usually take in class for this pose, or just listen to the body, and if it's feeling uncomfortable, take some extra height either underneath the buttocks or underneath the knee here. So once you've got set up well, just encourage that knee to sit down away from you. Lift up the arm, the right hand, so the same knee bent, that arm's coming up. And we stretch out to the outside edge of our foot. Now I'm sorry, here I should have encouraged you to go and get your belt if you don't reach your foot. So be here, have your hand to the outside edge of your calf, and now throw your belt around your foot, lift the sternum and working with the breath, inhale, creating space, exhale, coming forward. The hands come all the way to the foot, you can take hold of the foot. Inhale, creating space, exhale, coming forward. Inhale, creating space, exhale, coming forward. Inhale, creating space, exhale, coming forward. And come up. And let's go to the second side. I'm sorry, the computer every now and then gets a black screen, and I have to come out of it and touch the screen so it knows that we're still here and working. Teething problems, which I'm sure if we're doing this for who knows how long, I'll get better at it over time, so just bear with me. Bending up the opposite leg now. Draw the ankle in towards the body. Take the knee out towards the side, spreading that calf flesh away from you. Heel drawing up into the groin. Remember, you can have your pillow here underneath the knee if it's sore on the hip or the knee joint. Lift up into the top hand and take that hand to the outside edge of the calf or the foot. So we twist over the body before coming forward. A few breaths here. Now take that belt around the foot Inhale, exhale, coming forward. Inhale, creating space. Exhale, coming forward. Inhale, creating space. Exhale, coming forward to your capacity. It's an active forward bend. So we keep working with the breath to draw our sternum further forward, being cautious not to round the spine here. And come up. So from here, we're going to go to Upavista. So take your feet wide apart, and you can be up on your blanket still, or you might choose to come down off of it. Have your hands behind you, nice there with the hands onto the blanket. You might need some extra height, sitting well in Upavista. Have a look to see, are your toes both facing up towards the ceiling? Kneecaps facing up towards the ceiling. So we don't want the toes rotating in or out. Encouraging from the kneecaps, drawing in here, plugging in towards the hip. Lift the arms here. You might stay with sitting up, or you might bring your hands in front of your chest and take your torso forward, just for a few breaths. Working to your capacity. And come up. Bend up the knees, take the feet in front of you, and you can either be working on your height or without. We're going to go to Paschimottanasana. So take hold of your belt, place it around your feet, sitting up nice and tall. We don't want to round the spine, draw the sternum bone forward. Walking down your belt, elbows to the side, or taking hold of the side edges of the feet. Again, active forward bend. So not rounding the spine, we're drawing the sternum bone forward. Working with the breath. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Keep it active, working with the breath. Keep drawing that sternum bone forward and down. Suck the navel to the back spine to find some extra length in the sternum. And release, come up, and come to sit cross-legged, hands on your knees. Sit up nice and tall, shoulders directly over hips. Take the arms up. Take the left hand to the right knee, right hand behind you. Inhale, create space in the spine. Exhale, twist and turn. Inhale, creating some space. Exhale and turn. Inhale, creating space. Exhale and turn. The head is the last thing to come round. And then release back to the center. Arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. Take now the right hand to the left knee, left hand behind you. Breathe in and lengthen the spine up. Exhale and turn. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale and turn. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale and turn. And release back to center. So we're now going to look at Supta Padangustasana, 1 and 2. So you need to work with your belt and your feet plugged into the wall. So we'll just see how this works. I'm going to place my feet into the wall behind us, and hopefully you'll be able to hear my voice and see my demonstration. But I just might quickly do it this way first. This is the one that we do in class, where we take, first of all, take the belt around where the heel meets the arch of the foot and stretch it up. So we're there first, and then we take the leg out to the side. Alright. You will also need your pillow for the outside edge of your leg. So grab your belt, grab your makeshift bolster. Might be 1 pillow, it might be 2. Come to be with your feet firmly placed into the wall. Now, your choice. I wonder if I can tip this down a little so you might be able to see a little better. Okay. So, I think you can see. Yeah, you get the idea. Your choice to be working with your feet hip width apart or feet together. Okay, so get comfortable there. And here we are in Supta Tadasana. So that pose, standing up at the start of the class, we're in that pose now. So feel your Supta Tadasana. Same qualities here. Feet, instead of plugging into the mat, now plugging into the wall. Have a sense from the ankle that the leg's drawing up to the knee, knee to the hip, shoulders rotating back. Feel the shoulders onto the mat behind you. Allowing the sacrum to spread and open along the floor, tailbone in. Bend up your right leg and hold on to your shin. Place your belt where your arch and heel meet and extend your right leg up to the ceiling. Now here, even if we have the capacity to bring that leg further forward, we want it to be directly over our hip now. So I'm not there to see and watch, so just check visually. Is your heel directly over your knee and your knee directly over your hip? So it's 90 degrees angle, your leg is up. Taking your support and bringing it firm into your hip on your right side. Place the belt into your right hand. Extend your left hand along the floor for balance. And take the right leg directly out to the side. Supta Padangusthasana 2. Now, I forgot to mention, if you are menstruating, it is suggested that you just do Supta Padangusthasana 2. So if you are menstruating during this video, when we come to do it the second side, just go straight into having your leg out to the side. Bring the leg up now. Take your belt off. Take your leg the longest, slowest way down to the wall. Take your support to the second side. Bend up your left leg. Place your strap, belt, whatever you have, where the heel and arch join. Extend up into the top leg, unless of course you're menstruating and you go straight to Supta Padangusthasana 2. So here, just checking again. Is the heel directly over the knee directly over the hip? If I was standing to the side of you, could I see that this leg is coming straight up, 90-degree angle to the floor? Take the belt now into the left hand. Right hand extends out long against the floor for balance, and taking the leg out to Supta Padangusthasana 2. Draw the kneecaps up into that thigh flesh. You might be tempted to tip over with the leg, but see if you can draw this left side of the abdomen back to the right side. So it's as if you've taken the leg out, but nothing's changed. So work against that leg to draw the shoulder back, the abdomen back to the right. Are both legs straight. Take that leg up, release your belt, and take your leg down the longest, slowest way. Supta Tadasana. Now we're going to go to Sedabandha, and we're going to experiment how we're going to do this. So you will need some height for your feet. Just looking around my room, I'm just going to grab some books to pile up along the wall. So maybe go for a hunt and go and collect some books to give. So your feet are coming more hip height. Great thing about being a yoga teacher student, lots of books. Place them against the wall. Okay, so your feet, this is, instead of using our blocks, your feet are going to come up onto this. Now we're going to take our 2 pillows and our half-fold blanket for our head. Now I might just try something here. That soft blanket, sometimes it's nice to have some support along your spine. So I'm going to place this here where my spine will go. Alright, so this is where we usually use the blocks, bolster and blanket. So you just need to try and recreate what we're achieving in class. So come to sit on your pillows or your height. Place your feet hip width apart on the wall and slowly slide yourself back. I can tell that that's not far enough away. I'm going to take my pillows slightly further back. Okay, just to get comfy here. Get it right. Feet to the wall. Slide yourself back. Oh, that feels good, like how we do it in class. My feet are hip width apart, rested on the blocks. My spine's well supported and lifted, giving good lift and opening here to my side chest. And I'm bringing that blanket down to touch my shoulders. Hands can splay out to the side. And here, second to last pose for the class. A chance to start to quieten the mind after an active practice. So drawing the chin in towards the chest, closing down the eyelids, and just giving over to the qualities that this pose brings, not only to the physical body, but also the quietening effect that it has on the mind. Give over completely now. Ujjayi 4. Long, slow, steady inhale. Long, slow, steady exhale. So work with that now in your own time, modifying the breath, not the normal rhythm, intentionally lengthening the inhale and the exhale. Last few breaths here in Sedibanda. Bend up your knees and place your feet either side of your pillows. Push your feet into the floor. Lift up your pelvis. Push your pillows away from you. Walk your head pillow back a little bit and bring your legs to cross onto your support. Hands can just rest somewhere on your front body. Change across. Roll over onto your right side, resting your head onto your arm. Push yourself up to sitting and lying out now for Shavasana. So if you're new to this, I'll instruct you how to get into Shavasana. If you're familiar, head there straight or away. So take your blanket to the top of your mat. Come to lay down on your mat. Blanket touching the tip of your shoulder. Feet can be hip width apart. Hands out to the side. Palms facing up to the ceiling. Shin coming in towards the chest. Close the eyes down and you completely relax. Release, give over to Shavasana. The mind might start to wander, and if it does so, just gently, without judgment, guide it back to observing the breath, noticing the qualities of the inhale and the exhale. Last few breaths here. Bend the knees, feet to the floor. Roll over to the right side, resting your head on your arm as a pillow. No rush here. Slowly blink your eyes open, looking out from a quiet, calm, still mind. Use your hands into the mat in front of you. Bring yourself to sit on height. Be comfortable. Come to sit cross-legged. Hands in front of your chest. Slowly draw the eyes down, quieten the eyes. We give thanks for this gift of yoga, and we ask for grace, guidance, courage and healing for ourselves and the world at large. Namaste. Thank you for your commitment to your practice today and trying yoga in a different format, video format. I'll try again next week and hopefully we'll have some of the video issues of the alignment of the camera sorted by then. Yeah, working with what we have. It's time to be creative. Really look forward to being back in our beautiful studio up in Stirling really soon. Take care, you and your family. Bye.